if this came out last year, it would be my album of the year. If it came out the year before that, it would be my album of the year.
Damn.
And if it came out in 2021, it might have been my album of the year. That
Holy fuck.
Welcome to Every Album Ever with Mike and Alex. My name is Michael Mansour, and I'm joined as always by my hacky co-host, Alexander Volts. Say hello.
Hello.
This is Every Album Ever, the podcast where we listen to every single album in the world, one artist at a time. That's usually a whole new discography per episode, except for these EAE singles episodes where we cover a brand spanking new album that has just come out, or in this case, is coming out later this week. And what will we be discussing today?
We'll be discussing the latest album by IDLES entitled TANGK.
TANGK. Our boy Tom Osman, our beloved history guy, got us this album, a review copy of this album. So thank you so much because, well, you're gonna hear us talk about how much we love this damn thing. So thank you, Tom. Go follow him at all the places. We have been longtime IDLES fans.
Yes, sir.
You introduced me to them way back in 2019 or 2018. Maybe it might have been 2019.
Yeah, like right before Ultra.
No, it was right after Joy came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, either early 2019 or late 2018.
Yeah.
And we saw them. I don't know if have you seen them only once or
That's the only time I've seen them, but you better believe I got my ticket for the next time.
They're a delightful band to see live. I mean, one of the most amazing, fun, like wholesome.
I have no problem saying I don't think it's like sacrilegious or like for me, it was really life-changing. Like when I see an artist live, I'm usually like in awe of what they're playing or like I felt like a better person after that show.
Yeah. It was sweet. It was fun. It was communal. It was extremely communal.
Let me tell you, me and Mike are not ones for call response or people on stage telling us what to do, but the vibe there.
We did it all, baby. We did it all. Yeah.
And we were all happy.
We were all happy. Our buddy John got us in because he worked at the venue, and he said that they were the nicest guys he's ever had to deal with while working there.
I believe that.
Yeah. And this album, TANGK. So I'm just gonna say, Alex loves this album.
Yeah, I do.
and Mike loves this album.
Good.
And here's the thing, buddy. Crawler, their last album from 2021. Yeah. It was so close to being album of the year. It was only because Lingua was just that much better. For me for that year, it was just so. I was like, this album is so great. It's their best album. Crawler is like their best album. This comes out, TANGK is their best album.
They only get more powerful the longer they're around. Like, it's so crazy going from, I know they had like Brutalism before Joy, and that one is a little more like rough, but just going from those two albums to this and what I think is kind of like a kind of a short amount of time is crazy.
Their evolution it's so deceptive. You listen, because I'm a bad fan, I still haven't heard Brutalism. I've only heard up to Joy. But let's just start from Joy because I suck. You hear, okay, it's punky, it's snarly, it's not just punk. It has other stuff in there. There's depth to it. They have this really interesting dual guitar thing, really clangy, really noisy. They have their own stamp with it, but it's definitely punk in spirit. It has this energy to it. It's very aggressive. You take that and then you just take one song of this album. What the fuck? That is a talk level of transformation.
Yeah, and it's this like Joy. Also, it's like a perfect album title. That's exactly what the band is and continues to be. And like, man, this is like the best birthday gift I'm gonna get.
Yeah. By the way, this comes out February 16th.
Yeah.
This upcoming Friday, I believe.
I figured out a way not to do the podcast on my birthday is by to preemptively.
Yes. So yeah, this comes out on Alex's birthday, and I would say a wonderful. So I can't even really put into words how much I love this album.
Oh shit.
Dude. So yeah, go ahead.
There were parts on here where I'm like, they're radio, not really, but I'm like, they're Radiohead now.
Oh.
And then I saw it was produced by Nigel Godrich. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Kenny Beats also on here, who worked with them on Crawler. Normally does hip hop stuff. I believe he did. I don't know what she's up to these days. I hope she's he did that Rico Nasty album.
Oh, Rico Nasty.
Yeah.
Jeez, you like that first one.
Well, she has, but anyways, so it's this like interesting collection of Nigel, Kenny Beats, and then Mark, who's
guitar player
normally, but
and he does a lot of the synths and key stuff.
They started like messing around with like tape looping, what you hear on the opening track, and they're just like, man, I just get like so happy when I'm like, I don't know what to expect from a band, and they just do something new and different, but it's still done in the spirit of IDLES.
So how much I love this album. If this came out last year, it would be my album of the year. If it came out the year before that, it would be my album of the year.
Damn.
And if it came out in 2021, it might have been my album of the year. That
holy fuck.
It's barely February, and the whole year is just try to come close. I dare you.
Yeah.
This is fucking unbelievable. Every song is so because for one, there's several like layers of why I love it. One, the songs are just fucking awesome. They're just really hooky, really memorable, really distinct, really accessible. They're like basically the most accessible they've ever been, which is, I don't often associate that with being good. I just accessible is usually just a separate thing for me, but that's
funny because I watch a YouTube video. I forget the name of the guy, but he did a video specifically about that. And he has like a line where it's like accessibility and boring dog shit music, and then he has like, but like experimental, but it gets like inaccessible.
Yeah.
And he's like, at different points in times, like he was like, Elvis has been all over, depending on how society views him or an artist. And so for this album to like be accessible, but they're still like pushing what they can do.
Still pushing, still experimenting. So on one level, it's just really hooky, really interesting, and really fun, and really accessible songs. And then there's also the musical evolution, because honestly, when I'm excited for this album. Before I heard it, kind of liked the band. I was expecting to be like, oh, it's probably going to be a little bit more the same, maybe a little bit more adventurous, maybe not. I wasn't expecting yet another the leap from Crawler, from Ultramono to Crawler, is the leap from Crawler to TANGK. It's another jump. It's another massive jump. Whether the experimentation is way deeper, way more interesting. The musicality, they're not fucking shy anymore. When you listen to Joy, you listen to aggressive songs by aggressive young men. Maybe the lyrics are way more positive, but musically very aggressive. Here, they are not afraid to get fucking pretty and gentle and quiet and somber and heartbreaking.
Joe has never like sounded better, and the band has never sounded better. Like the opening track,
Idea One.
I was like, what the fuck is this production? Like,
insane.
This sounds crazy. Like a band like IDLES shouldn't have production like bands like this don't get production like this. I was like, is this gonna like maintain throughout the whole album? And it does.
Or does it maintain, dude? So another level. So there's the evolution side, there's the catchiness side. Joe has become a fucking phenomenal and extremely memorable singer. I mean singer, dude.
Yeah. Cause he has like his Joeism,
his snarly, heavily accented shouts. That's what we know of Joe.
He sounds fucking great.
So I have like a preference for like types of voices, I like hearing a damaged voice.
Yeah.
I like hearing a damaged
Damage.
Damn it. I love hearing a withered and damaged voice that still knows how to sing.
Yeah.
And with previous albums, you hear it more on like Crawler, where he's actually singing more, like actually singing.
Or even on Joy, like they covered like I think it was like an Otis Redding song.
But I'm so used to hearing just his really distinct shout. It's a really distinct, and it's a cool shout. It's a very good shouting voice. But now he's even venturing into falsetto territory. It's the subtleties that he's now using, where maybe it's a little bit more of an aggressive song, but he's singing real quiet and gentle on it. It's just, there's so many more dynamics here than ever before, and everything lands. Everything that's tried on here lands. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. A lot of the production is like very like electronic.
Yep.
And minimal, but it never sounds empty, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. There's always an atmospheric quality to it. So a wonderful example of that, where a wonderful example of where the actual songness of it, what you register as the song, comes from places you normally wouldn't ever expect. And an example of that is Pop, Pop, Pop.
Yeah.
Where the song, the part that I register in my soul as a song are these synth swells. There's the synth, like it's one harmony that swells up, and that's part of the beat. It's not really the main melody. It's just this swelling that permeates throughout the entire song. That's what sticks. I don't know how they're doing it, but it's fucking gorgeous, and I feel it in my soul.
Yeah, that was the song where I was like, these motherfuckers are Radiohead now.
Better. Fucking better, dude.
I mean,
I love Radiohead, but still.
Also, we probably won't get around to it, but like I have no problem saying like I love this way more than the most recent Smile album.
Oh, I haven't heard it yet.
It's good.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
It's not TANGK.
It's not TANGK. Dude. And it's also interesting because like, so we start with idea one, which we didn't really we talked about how it affected us, but the song itself is layers upon layers of spidery piano, gorgeous spidery piano playing. It's gorgeous. It's emotional. It's sincere. It's quiet and gentle. It doesn't build up at all. It sets the mood as this really impactful emotional thing.
I like how they're doing like new creative things for them, but to me, it's always like rooted in some sort of familiarity. Like to me, the opening to this was like very similar to Crawler.
Yeah.
And that's like Crawler had a very like similar method. Yeah.
The difference being, I mean, as much as I fucking love the opener on Crawler, this one is way more emotional. It's way more, it's less scary. I mean, the opener on Crawler is pretty scary. It's more, it kind of sets like the tone for this emotional growth. And then Give Taurus, which of course you have to have a headbanger for track 2 to keep the pace, which it is. But even that one, his vocal choices, and I'm just gushing about Joe right now, but there's plenty more to gush about. It's like his cadence choices. It's really catchy. He's shouting, but he's just shouting in a very rhythmic way. It's a catchy rhythm. It's choosing rhythm over melody at that point. And that one, even though it's aggressive, it's more contained and vicious instead of all out chaos, which we got plenty of in previous albums. To like shift to a different member, even though we talked about him, guitar player Mark Bowen. I love I almost hesitate to call it a guitar solo, but it probably is. It's this like minimal noise guitar that wouldn't be like out of place and like Big Black or like Slint, and it's over this like sleek production. And it works. Are you talking about the section on 240?
It's like towards the
yeah. Absolutely gorgeous, and it has a great payoff. The way that section blends back into the chorus is masterful. But also, you can hear it all over the vocals on Give Taurus. This is such expensive production. I mean, there's something about the way you can hear vocals produced in certain albums that it's like you want to know how much an album costs. Listen to the vocals. It's like the most crisp and responsive compression ever. It's like
also Godrich like has produced like some of the best sounding albums ever.
Yeah.
So obviously like OK Computer.
Yeah.
Worked with Beck, Pavement.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, this guy knows exactly what the fuck he's gonna.
Yeah, no kidding. So you hear how clean this production. It's a very clean production.
Yeah.
But it's not glossy clean. It's just like it just feels cared for. Like it's a very
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's like a delicate. Like there was a lot of attention to put to everything. So there's no one dominating thing. There's nothing that sticks out as awful, but there's plenty of things that stand out as unusual, and that's all because of the choices of the musicians, which is like perfect. You don't want to be focusing on the way something was produced. You want to hear the choices of the people making the music.
Yeah, going back to pop. Like I love their drummer John Beavis. I don't know if it's pronounced Beavis.
I hope it's Beavis.
It's spelled Beavis. I didn't know that was a real name. Like he's so good at beats, and like we're used to this like powerful like idol song, but the drums are like tinny.
Yeah.
And you think that would like take away from him, but it doesn't. It's this doing something different.
Yeah. The drums are pretty understated here. There's nothing done that doesn't feel like it needs to be done for the song. There's nothing superfluous about it, about anything. And that outro of Pop Pop Pop, I mean, heavenly. Oh, absolutely incredible.
That's funny you said heavily, because I thought it's kind of eerie.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It's a dark song, but painfully gorgeous. And then, dude, Roy, the main riff of Roy it's so, anybody who doesn't love it immediately is fucking nuts. I mean, there's something wrong with you. There's gotta be.
Yeah, no, that song rules. It's unlike, it is a really like, and it doesn't really sound like anything you've heard before. It's this muffled tom beat. And then the guitar's twangy, but not in the way.
It's a twangy bass. It's like plucky. It sounds like it sounds like the instrument he's using is 1,000 years old. It's a really like analog quality to or timbre to it. But I don't know how the fuck.
And then this like builds up into this big explosion. This getting his Robert Plant on with plenty of baby,
and his vocals. He's showcasing true, really well done, good form. Like he's singing like a fucking actual great singer. There's no screaming. Like, and the thing that makes it great, that's unique to Joe is, he's using proper form and he's singing like an actual singer, but his voice is old and tired. I don't know how old he is, but his voice is fucked up and clearly damaged from all the screaming.
He's seen some things.
So you hear the maturity and experience in his voice. You hear the age. You hear, and that's fucking real. I love hearing that. Like hearing little cracks and stuff.
I never put two and two together, and I didn't know there's that one song on, I think it's on Joy, where he's talking about the like, used baby shoes never worn. Like that's because his son died very, very, very young.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck. And he's very open about his substance abuse in the past. So like, that's always why I was drawn to, like, you like hear it in his voice, even if you haven't like heard his story.
I didn't know that part of the story, and you hear all of it.
Yeah.
There's something really sincere about all these songs.
He's like a white, younger Charles Bradley.
I don't want him to die.
No,
check out Charles Bradley.
And then like I love the stuff he like I listen to the album and then I read the like press release, and he's like I've never felt more powerful than I do right now. And I was like, I fucking 100% believe that and agree with it.
Yeah.
he's never been more powerful than he is right now.
Hell yeah, dude. So Roy's, it's like if I wanted to pitch idols, I would probably say start with Roy. Like for any random newbie,
I think Roy is a better like encapsulation of like what this album is and does, but like I'm so glad they still have songs like Dancer and Hall & Oates, because like I hope they like never stop making the like grimy, like rowdy, like I always want it to be there, and it's just nice. Like no matter how amazing and technical and like experimental they get, I just like it feels good to have a song like Dancer come on.
It's perfect for pacing. It's beautiful for pacing. So after Roy, we get a gospel, which is, I mean, it's like somber Sunday school piano,
dude. It's like,
it's the most somber thing they've ever done at this point, basically.
Yeah, and like the guitars are really like metallic, like a metal. Mm-hmm. And then the strings, just like
the strings. Oh my God, the strings, dude.
They really take that a gospel. They take that song in a totally different place.
Yeah.
The production almost reminds me of like old 60s like funk and soul songs, like a James Brown. This Is a Man's World, when he has like the big like orchestra, and like I feel like they really channeled like the production in there without sounding like a, you know, like 1-to-1 comparison. Mm-hmm. And then it just fucking like leads into that like intro of Dancer, which doesn't have the strings, but it's got that like quick, like orchestral.
Yeah. The intro is an orchestral intro, but like the strings on a gospel, for one, they're really brief. They're brief, and they're mixed in a way. It's not just straight strings. They're mixed in a way that makes them feel way more ethereal and atmospheric. And I don't have an aversion. I wouldn't say I dislike that, but I just have such a fondness for the pure sound of strings. Here, there's something almost otherworldly about it. It makes it feel like it's not of this planet, and it adds more to it for me. It's pretty rare.
I think like the lyrics on this album, combined with me reading that quote from Joe about how I'm like, IDLES is becoming like omnipresent. Like, and he even says it in Dancer. He's like, I'm sweat, I'm air, like I'm baby's breath. I think he says, but I'm like, yeah, he's transcending.
Dude, they're blowing up. I was in Boston. I know you're going to say it. No, you know what? First time ever. I won't say it because IDLES is just all about love. All about positivity.
All about positivity.
So I was in Boston, and I was trying to grab something quick to eat at a Whole Foods. I didn't have a lot of time, and IDLES came on in the Whole Foods, and I was like,
or maybe bad, but yeah.
The point was that they are blowing up hard, and it was actually delightful, because I don't care if I don't like the people who like them. I like them, and I want them to do well.
Yes,
but just to further the point, Dancer. I mean, LCD Soundsystem is on Dancer.
Oh yeah,
I mean that's pretty fucking. It's pretty huge.
Yeah,
it's pretty fucking huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not.
Also, I didn't listen to any of the singles.
Neither did I.
I apologize. A fan of I'm sorry. He messaged me. He's like, "Have you heard like the singles? It's really good." Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to tell him like, "Oh no, I'm
waiting for the actual."
Yeah. And then I didn't want to tell him like, "Dude, I got that."
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, yeah, I think it's just because if I had the singles, I don't want to like create some like narrative of what I think the album's gonna be.
I don't listen to singles because, well, for one, I'm an album guy, and if the thing was meant to be listened to like an album, I want to hear it in that order. They use singles to promote it, and yes. I don't need promoting because I'm already going to listen to it.
That's a good point. And I pre-ordered this like 5 songs in.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. So Dancer, we're talking about it generally, but not about it more specifically. It is like the more straightforward IDLES kind of song. The name is Dancer. It is a little bit dancey, but The bass on, first of all, the bass, I'm sorry, the chorus is extremely hooky, extremely well written. But the bass on it, something about the way the bass is produced on that song, it kind of brings it to life a little bit. That feels incredible.
That is a song I am so excited to hear live. It gets cranked up to maximum volume when I hear it now.
And then we get a little bit more subdued, gentle stuff with Grace. Interesting. The drums on that one almost sound like a drum machine.
Yeah, it's like this groovy 16th note beat, and then Joe's doing like gentle
super gentle, almost falsetto. Yeah,
because he's done like soft sing, but this is like
high. It's like almost falsetto. Like he's being extra gentle.
Like read me a bedtime story.
Yep, absolutely.
And yeah, this like classic. Like, I don't mean this is like insulting, but like I love like bumper sticker like song lyrics from IDLES. So I love like no God, no king. I said love is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be cheesy on a bumper sticker, but the way this band does it, I'm just like, fuck. Yes. And I wasn't expecting it to turn into this almost like malfunctioning robot thing at the end.
Yeah. There's still, it's a really hopeful and uplifting song for the most part, with these like swirling wind sounds, but it has moments of darkness. It does kind of deteriorate a little bit. It's a beautiful song. And again, perfect pacing choice, following it with Hall & Oates, which is a fucking aggressive, mean IDLES song.
It's just a song about how much he loves his brubs.
It's like, for one, it's super short. It doesn't overstay its welcome at all. Yeah. It's a cool little song. It's nothing like extravagant. There's no real experimentation on there. It's just the thing that you need to keep you moving the album.
Yes.
It's just a perfect pacer song.
Just literally like driving song to keep the good times going.
And also it's like the only time in the album that we get him doing his screams, because we had several albums worth of his screams, and now we get the one song.
That is also sometimes hard when a band moves away from screaming. Sometimes I miss it. I literally didn't even think about it.
Exactly.
You brought it up right
because one, he has a great voice. Two, he's doing a bunch of different things. Yeah. And three, when you hear him finally scream, it feels even better because you didn't have it the entire album. And then I'm just gonna keep gushing with the pacing, because the way Jungle comes in.
Oh, it's like IDLES doing surf music. I don't know how they're making that sound of the main riff. It's like a scraping with a delay on it. Incredibly written riff, and then incredible how they made it texturally. Yeah,
I don't know how the fuck they did that. And then when it gets big and anthemic, it's super hooky as well. Very well written, unbelievably good. I got no fucking words how good that goddamn song is.
It is. Jungle is unlike. I mean, a lot of these songs are unlike anything in their past.
Yeah,
it's just
completely different.
Man, it's February, Mike.
I know, and it's already so good. It's oh god, jeez, we're not even done with the album, dude. We still got two more tracks,
2 songs.
Gratitude,
not the Beastie Boys one.
No,
but much like the Beastie Boys, you got some nice sleazy bass. And then the like flanger echoey guitars.
Yeah, really floating. Yeah.
It doesn't hit as hard as Dancer or Hall & Oates, but you know, it doesn't have to. I feel like this song is kind of like a sampler platter of all the various songs.
A little bit, yeah.
Sounds on the album.
It's a little bit more straightforward, yeah.
Yeah, you get a little bit rocking stuff, you get a little bit electronics.
There's a little bit of space. Yeah, there's moments of complete spaciness in there. But it is more straightforward on the whole. But yeah, it's also, again, it's a little bit of like a sampler platter, but that's okay when it's the second to last song, because it just moves the album.
And then Monolith.
Oh, the closer. God damn it.
The gauntlet has been thrown down on closing tracks.
Yeah.
With Monolith.
Yeah. It's
for the year 20. That's the fucking bar,
dude. So what is it? It's like
It's very somber.
very somber. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
It has this throbbing synthy bass. It's really minimal. It's absolutely beautiful.
Also, even though it's very somber and beautiful, because I've been listening to a lot of Thin Lizzy. Good on Joe for telling the boys he'll be back in spring on that.
Is that a Thin Lizzy thing?
Oh no, this because
anytime you reference the boys,
I'm like, oh, it's the boys.
Oh yeah, boys.
Yeah. He also shouts out the girls. He says, "Tell the girls."
Tell the girls too.
Yeah.
It ends with a random saxophone.
Dude, even before that, it gets into like 9 Inch Nails level, like I don't know if upsetting's the right word, but I'm gonna use it just so. Like that seedy, like 9 Inch Nails level of like, oh fuck, am I gonna watch like a David Fincher movie right now?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was it, and then the fucking sax comes in on top. Like,
it's a beautiful solo saxophone that closes it.
You don't have to throw me a curveball bottom of the ninth.
I mean, bottom of the ninth is being generous. It's the last few seconds of the whole album.
Yeah,
and also we've been talking a lot about how saxophone is becoming a new thing.
Dude.
There's gone are the days of it being cheesy and sexual and ridiculous.
I mean, it's still sexual.
Yeah, sure. But like, for me, it started really, really heavy with Black Country New Road, where using saxophone to be this really melancholy instrument. And here it's the same fucking thing, melancholy and beautiful. And it ends it. So, oh God, I love this album so much. Every time I finish it, I have to hear it again. I just listen to this with my lady. She's in love with it. She's fucking huge IDLES fan now.
She deserves it for the something else you put her. I don't want to spoil.
No, this comes out after she listened to Tupac with me.
No,
yeah.
she deserves this.
She listened to all of Tupac with me.
Yeah, she deserves this after Tupac.
I don't know if I mentioned it on the episode. I think I might have forgot to mention it on the episode. Yeah, she also called your best album.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she called. I think she might have called it first.
She doesn't know.
She knew though. She sure as shit knew. Somehow.
Oh,
she's seen enough episodes, I guess.
Oh, that's predictable.
I wouldn't say that. I would say we know we've come to be accustomed to your taste.
There we go. Yeah.
But this album is phenomenal. Is not enough because
masterpiece is not enough.
Dude, because you can say an album is like super good, you're gonna love this album, but there's something really real. There's something so honest and sincere. Because I've heard plenty of albums that are like, oh, this is a cool fucking song, but it doesn't resonate on I don't believe this person. There's a lot of the really authenticity that's lacking, even with good music. I'm summarizing here. It's not like a verbatim quote, but he had this great quote about how there's like no bullshit with the band. Yeah. And he's like our show, like and not like a cheesy, like, oh, I bet you say this to like all. He's like, our shows are the best because there's no bullshit with the band and our audience knows that. So when you come to the shows, it's just this positive, loving thing. Yeah, it's all love. And having, I was like, yes. Yeah, it bleeds out. I mean, you go in there and it feels nice to be there. Yeah, I think also on previous albums, his lyrics were more straightforward. Yeah, these are a little bit more abstract. Yeah. Yes, these are like very abstract, like Gift Horse. You wouldn't. Oh yeah, there's like broken English in there. And yeah, it's a song about redemption, but like you wouldn't really catch that just on first go. Yeah, it's very interesting lyrics too, and I like how there's just a vague darkness to them. I'm not big on lyrics in general, but like I like when there's this I don't know, I don't want to say bigger, but it's just that back to the thing of if it's too specific, then it kind of loses it. Yeah, it's vague enough. I mean, the lyrics were like part of why I was like drawn to IDLES. Like, yeah, I'm a real boy, and I cry. Yeah, it's pretty. It hits. I'm like Stone Cold Steve Austin putting homophobes in coffins. Like it just like, man, these guys fucking rule so much, and
if any of them ever does anything bad, I will cry.
I love the music enough to be like, fuck it.
For me, it's just more like you can't like talk about this and then like go back. And I don't think they are, but
yeah,
I'm just did that as a point of reference to like how much I love them.
They seem like genuinely nice. And like, that is not my criteria of enjoying art of how good the person is, but it's nice.
It's in a world where you can go on YouTube and there's this cynicism, and someone may even accuse us of that, but you know, we listen to a lot of music. I can't love everything.
No.
But there's like people with like doing like bad faith criticism. Like it's just gonna like they're gonna shit on it no matter, and there's just so much of that. To just like have a band like IDLES is so important. I think
it's important for the like the I guess the overall optimism of art in general, but musically it is so good.
I mean, like I don't think it would work if one was bad and the other.
If it was bad, it wouldn't work. But if it was decent, then it would still land a lot. But this is exceptional. It's exceptionally good.
Yeah.
God, this album is I hate to give a fucking album of the year pick in February, but it's so good.
I feel like I think it was March or April when you did that with Black Country. That
it was pretty early on.
So you have set a precedent.
Yeah, where something just it resonates so much in because it's just so brilliant. It's just absolutely brilliant.
I'm not going to say that because there's
plenty of year left.
There's 10 months left, but I am like confident. Like I love this album. It's an amazing album.
It's incredible. And if you haven't heard IDLES, fucking start here. I mean, why the hell not?
Why not?
Dude.
And there's really there really is no bad starting point. I think people may have like different tendencies and gravitate towards different albums more than others, but I think this is a great starting point too.
It's actually maybe the first time we've ever talked about an album that was brand new. That's a good starting point. Or like the ideal starting point. Yeah. I mean, this is the time. This is
5 albums in.
I believe so.
Yeah.
This is the time. This is the time where this is IDLES' time. Get on it. Do not wait. This is the time to experience them. Holy shit.
As advertised, all the hype is real. In fact, if you don't like them, something's wrong with you.
Yeah. And if you don't like this album, then we probably don't have a lot of things in common with music. So that's fine. But this is just, I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. Yeah. I mean, let's do it again after we're done. I mean, it's
why the fuck not?
Yeah, it's just lovely. But so thanks for listening and watching and hanging out. If you want to hang out with us further, please subscribe, talk some shit in the comments, hang out with us. It's fun. It's a good time. All right. Especially if you're a music nerd. Follow me on all social media at PandaMonkey and Alex on Instagram at
Every Album Alex.
Please be sure to follow our history guy, Tom Osman, at Tom Osman Sounds on all social media, as well as TomOsmanSounds.com and TomOsman.substack.com, where he has his podcast and a bunch of his writing about music. He interviews a lot of musicians. It's very cool stuff. Very interesting. Check out my EP, Panda Monkey. There's a link to that in the description as well. And well, we gotta wrap it with one of the singles. We got 3 to choose from. And that's what are you thinking?
What? Sorry.
Singles are Gift Horse, Dancer, and Grace. What do you think is good for people? What do you think, Alex?
I know it's not the most like creatively like pushing it, but I think we got it. I think we got to go Dancer.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah.
It's just fun. And we're not doing it because of LCD Soundsystem. We're doing it because IDLES. All right.
I think everything I do going forward is because IDLES.
That's well said. So thank you so much for listening and watching. See ya.